Welcome back to Self-Love Sunday, my dear sister. Whether it's your first time or you are coming back, I'm so honored to have you here. There comes a moment in your healing when you realize that the person hurting you the most is no longer them. It's no longer someone external. It's you. And it's not because you're weak. It's not because you're broken. It's not because you're a bad person. It is because somewhere along the way, survival taught you that being hard on yourself was safer than being compassionate with yourself. And this is what we're going to be talking about today. So let's dive into the episode. And I need you to hear this very clearly today. You did not become self-critical by accident. You were conditioned into self-policing, slowly, repeatedly, and quietly behind the scenes without you even realizing. Especially if you spend years in toxic dynamics, emotionally unsafe environments, or relationships that taught you that love was conditional. Because when you're constantly blamed, criticized, rejected, misunderstood, doubted, abandoned, or emotionally manipulated, your nervous system adapts. Yeah? You begin to self-monitor constantly. Okay? So you ask yourself questions that are destructive. Like, what did I do wrong? What did I say? Why am I like this? Why can't I just let go? Why do I keep coming back? Why am I still affected? I should be past this. Why am I so emotional? Why can't I just move on? And eventually, this voice becomes default, automatic. Yeah. So you start carrying guilt and shame that actually was never yours to begin with. You start feeling responsible for everyone else's emotions. You start believing your pain is an inconvenience to other people. You start treating yourself like a problem that needs constant fixing or monitoring. Yeah, becomes exhausting. And the terrifying part is that after enough time, it feels normal. It's, as I said, it's like a default. Yeah, you stop looking for other explanations. It's always you that becomes the problem in your world. So what happens is you become both the wounded person and the person holding the weapon. And this then shows up everywhere in your life. In toxic relationships, in your body image, in burnout, in overspending, in perfectionism, in procrastination, and in shame spirals. You shame yourself for being exhausted while ignoring how long you have been surviving. You shame yourself for emotional eating while ignoring the fact that food might have been the only resource of comfort for you, at least at some part of your life. You shame yourself for staying too long in unhealthy relationships while ignoring that your nervous system might have learned that chaos feels familiar and familiarity feels safe. You shame yourself for not healing fast enough while your body is still trying to understand that the danger is over. You shame yourself for some things that are so deeply rooted. that are invisible to the naked eye. They are invisible. They are deeper and deeper and deeper layers. It may become, and it may feel like it's your personality now, but I promise you it isn't. This is when healing needs to change and shift. Yeah. Because healing is not learning how to become more disciplined at hating yourself. Healing is realizing your body was trying to protect you all of this time. Every single adaptation had a reason. People-pleasing protected connection. Hypervigilance protected safety. Numbing protected overwhelm. Over-explaining protected misunderstanding. Fawning protected survival. Even your ability to let go immediately might have been your nervous system trying to avoid another emotional collapse. So, protection. Your body was not betraying you. Your body was carrying you all this time. And I know some people may hear this and think, so is that just me avoiding responsibility? Yeah. Especially that you might have heard that from the toxic person, like you are the, avoiding responsibility. While funnily enough, they are the ones that actually avoid the responsibility. You absorb the extra responsibility also from other people that they should be carrying. Yeah. So just FYI. But no, you're not avoiding responsibility. This is not about avoiding responsibility. This is about removing shame from the healing process so the real change can finally happen for you. Yeah? Because shame rarely causes real transformation. It creates paralysis instead. You freeze. You get stuck in a loop. Yeah? Safe hatred does not create sustainable healing. Not at all. Safety does. You cannot bully yourself into peace. Let me repeat that. You cannot bully yourself into peace. Okay? And maybe nobody taught you that before. Maybe you were taught that growth happens through pressure, through punishment, criticism, through humiliation, through tough love. But your nervous system is not a machine. It's not a robot. It's a living system shaped by experience. It's a living and breathing, sensual, sensitive system. Ecosystem. Complexity. Yeah. Filled with complexity. And if you have spent years at war with yourself, trying to love yourself but at the same time be your worst critic, of course, rest feels unsafe. Of course, softness feels unfamiliar or silly, right? Something that you don't have time for. Of course, slowing down feels uncomfortable. Your body learned to survive first. That became the top priority. So now the work has to become different if this has been you up until this point. Yeah. It's not how do I become perfect, flawless, yeah? But how do I become safe enough to stop attacking myself? That is the shift. And no, it doesn't mean you get stuck forever. No, it doesn't mean you avoid accountability. And it doesn't mean you stay, this is just who I am and I give up, right? So many times I hear that excuse, this is just who I am. This is a quiet, I give up on myself. I don't believe that there's anything else that I can extract from this life, that I can become anything else. Yeah. This means you stop trying to heal through violence against yourself. You stop speaking to yourself in ways that you would never speak to another human being. I say that all the time, be like your own best friend. Would you say that to your best friend, what you're saying to yourself every single day? Would you be as impatient with yourself, with other people, as you are with yourself? Would you? Yeah? You stop expecting instant transformation as well, while carrying years of conditioning. What's with the rush? Yeah? We have to sometimes realize that the rush, the urgency is also no longer valid. That we live in urgency, while that's an old story. Yeah. Or we allow to be impacted by the world, the news of today, to feel like we have no time for ourselves. We have no time to slow down. And the truth is, the only way is to slow down. The only way to healing is to realize that other people's urgency is not my reality. So you stop expecting instant transformation while carrying years of conditioning, and you stop expecting for that transformation to be linear. It isn't linear. You stop demanding that your nervous system heals on command. And slowly but surely, through repetition, through patience, through awareness, through self-forgiveness, your body starts to believe, I am no longer in danger. And she's got me. This girl got me. I don't need to be overperforming. I don't need to be protecting anymore. She's got me. That's when the real change starts to happen. Not through force, but through safety. And I think one of the most heartbreaking things is how many people are carrying enormous shame for survival responses that once kept them alive. You're not broken or weak for the fact that you adapted. You are human. You are human. You have right to be human as any other human out there. And today I want to remind you, you can put the weapon down. You do not need to keep punishing yourself to prove that you've learned your lesson. And you don't owe anything to anyone out there. You just owe things to you. To finally pause and have a proper look at yourself without judgment, without shame, without guilt, but curiosity and self-forgiveness. You do not need to earn compassion through perfection. You already deserve self-compassion. You do not need to become flawless before you deserve softness, kindness, respect. And your healing does not need to look aggressive or big to be real. It's one small shift at a time. And maybe right now, the most powerful thing you can do is stop treating yourself like enemy. Because the moment you stop fighting yourself, you finally have the energy to rebuild yourself. And this changes everything. So I encourage you today to stop treating yourself as the enemy, to put down your weapon and become your greatest, most loving, most compassionate supporter. I love you. Take good care of your heart. And this is it for today. Hope to see you next week. Also, super quickly, if this video resonated, please make sure to leave a comment and a like so this work can reach more people who may need to hear this.